In this week's Parsha Naso, we revisit the Mishkan, addressing details that had not yet been fully explored. Previously, the Torah described the Mishkan's dedication from a broad perspective. Now, we witness it through the eyes of the tribal leadership. Since the Torah is once again discussing the Mishkan, it's worth recalling that last week's Parsha introduced the appointment of the Leviim to assist the Kohanim in their sacred duties. But what exactly was their role? Just as an army consists not only of frontline soldiers but also of crucial support units, the Mishkan was similarly structured, with a clear division of responsibilities. Throughout the book of Vayikra, the Kohanim occupied center stage, fully devoted to the service of God, ensuring the proper handling of offerings and rituals. Yet, the Mishkan and Mikdash involved much more than just offerings. An immense amount of upkeep and logistical support were required to sustain the divine service and daily operations. This is where the Leviim came in. They served as the essential backbone of the Kohanim's work. The Leviim were uniquely designated to uphold the sacred structure, and fittingly, they were referred to in militaristic terms as soldiers or hosts. The Leviim were divided into three primary families: Kahat, Gershon, and Merari, each entrusted with distinct responsibilities. Kahat, for instance, was tasked with carrying the sacred vessels, such as the Ark and Menorah, when Israel broke camp. Similarly, when the Mishkan was disassembled and ready for transport, Gershon managed its curtains and partitions, while Merari oversaw its pillars and boards. Regardless of their specific family, all Leviim shared a common theme: time of service. The Torah tells us that their official period of labor in the tent of meeting spanned the ages of 30 to 50, during which they performed the work of the service and the work of bearing the burdens. But why was their primary service restricted to these years? The ages of 30 to 50 are considered the prime of life. The Mishnah in Pirkei Avot, chapter 5, teaches that at 30 a person reaches strength, and at 40, understanding. Regardless of the specific function of a Levi in the Mishkan or Mikdash, their work was physically demanding and required a high level of competence, endurance, and enthusiasm. The Leviim needed to be at their peak ability, performing their duties with precision, devotion, and a deep sense of purpose. Yet, this age limit did not mark the end of a Levi's involvement. Before 30, a Levi was in a phase of learning, preparing to take on his responsibilities, ensuring that he performed his duties correctly. After 50, his role transitioned. He became a mentor, guiding the next generation while continuing to assist where permitted. The cycle of service mirrored life's natural stages and transitions: learning in youth, periods of intense labor in one's strongest years, followed by wisdom sharing and guidance as strength waned. Moreover, this age limit emphasized an essential truth: every form of service has its time. As Kohelet taught, to everything there is a season. One must recognize when it's time to step into the limelight, and conversely, when it is time to gracefully step aside, making room for others, allowing the voice of a new generation to shine. Shabbat Shalom.